right? So you cushion yourself with God and not with ego. You shift your identity from the perishable body and mind to the divine imperishable soul, or divine soul, or divine Shiva, divine Babaji, divine Satguru. You are the breather of my breath, breathe through me. Is that okay? Is that satisfactory? That is the solution. Shift your identity. Shift your identity from your not self to your true self. Can you understand? I? Yes. Always shift your identity. Because the I creeps in ever so slyly every time, and you think that you are the doer. Yes.
Is it, do you feel as it, in your life path, is it okay to want material things like fame and success, or is it better to ascend beyond that because those are associated with the ego, and to transcend beyond that and find more gratification for the soul?
Why are you doubting? It is you who have to make up your mind. I cannot say it's easy. You see, it's good to have money, it's good to have name, it's good to have fame, it's good to have wealth, you know, it's good to be liked by many people, it's good to become famous, it's good to, wield influence and win a lot of friends, it's good to earn more money, and it's good to transcend these things, it's good to go into serenity and tranquility and see the divine life within you. It's good to go to moksha, it's good to be one with God, it's good to be blessed by God. Everything is good, nothing is bad. And my counter question to you is, what do you want? I'm not going to fall into this trap and force you to say, worship Allah, and you have to go to the mosque or the temple every Thursday. You have to be, say Om Namah Shiva. You have to do Kriya Yoga. I'm not falling in that trap. What do you want? You don't want to do Kriya Yoga, don't do Kriya Yoga. Don't put me in the box. You don't want to do Kriya Yoga, don't do Kriya Yoga. I'm not going to hate you for it, I'll still love you. You want to do Kriya Yoga, do Kriya Yoga. You don't want God, don't want God. So this is a choice which you should make. But what I am teaching, what I am propagating is that these things of money, name and fame are evanescent. They vanish like a perfume sprayed in the air. They don't last. The everlasting perfume is the perfume of the soul, which not only gives you the flavor but gives you the immortality. So what I'm saying is, don't invest your time and energy in perishable, evanescent things which are gone with the wind, like chasing Jason's fleece, the will o' the wisp. Invest in something which is permanent, which is everlasting, and that has nothing to do with the senses of name, fame and ego. It's got to do beyond mind, beyond ego, beyond name and beyond fame. Because where you are not and only God is, that is the place to be. That's what I teach. So you choose what you like. I hope I'm not being too pushy with you all. Right, got it? So I am teaching, I will always say ki these things are useless. Now also all these things which we are doing, look at the beautiful things, how it's arranged. And it is to encourage people. We are in a world of relativity. Some form of earning, some form of finance needs, a society needs to have to sustain itself. But it should just sustain itself, and this is for you. This is a spiritual garden which is being created for people all over the world. And people come here all over the world to distinguish between the truth and the falsehood, the real and the evanescent divinity. You see, for us it is no use talking about healing or giving you techniques and all, because I can't wait for you to practice your techniques and then get there and all. The fact of the matter is that I have to get and work in the dream weaver and quickly change the genome, the DNA, and get you on the fast track, the lightning path. Because if we don't get you on the lightning path, then evolution will be slow and sluggish, but still you will be made the effort, and I encourage you to make the effort, because I don't want to take away your self-esteem. Because your self-esteem is not your pride, it is an inner thankfulness for God, to God, for allowing you to labor and to work and to climb the mountain towards Him, so that through the sweat of your brow and your own effort, you get the hard-won gold of God's love. Right? But with all due respects, I don't think that the other religions offer it so specifically and scientifically as the Sanatan Dharma and the yogic techniques therein. Because if we have in Christianity, it's a one-man show. One man called Adam comes. He creates the first sin, which is, God did not say it's a sin. Neither did He say it's a vice. He just related to the woman. Otherwise, why did God make woman? So I say it's the first virtue. And they had Cain and Abel. Maybe one was virtuous, one was not. That's a different issue. But procreation starts. So that is the first Manu. Manu Swayambhu and Shatarupa. Manu is the first. Swayambhu means born of the self. That is Adam. Adam comes from the word Adam. Means Adam means breath. Incoming breath. So the first breath of life was Adam. And Eve. That's the feminine part, the dynamic part, which is Shatarupa, she with 1,000 forms. That's how creation was started. And when He came, He started this creation. God said, don't start it now. We started. So He created the first sin, according to the Christian theology. And then things went on fine and all, and people were doing or not doing anything, and they had legends and stories and dramas, and they had Isaac and Jacob and Ishmael and Jacob, and Isaac is, actually they don't pronounce it, Isaac is Isaac in Hebrew and Jacob is Jacob. So these are all Hebrew words which were later taken by Islam. It says, and Abram means the father of the created this thing, and Samson and Delilah, and so life went on for many years till humanity had accumulated enough karma. Then the great Christ came down. He prepared the man Jesus to enter His body. For 40 days and 40 nights did Jesus pray. And then all the sin, the original sin created by Adam and the people thereafter, Christ was crucified and He delivered them from the sin. But I am saying, what role does all of us have to play in this? The humanity at large, the thousands of souls. You don't do anything. One man creates the sin, you join in the sin, then the other man comes, the other Christ, and He liberates you from that sin. It is salvation. So what do you do? Where is your self-esteem? Have you won your hard-won goal to heaven? Have you done any practice in a spiritual effort to get to your Lord? And tell Him, Lord, by the sweat of my brow, I toiled night and day. I loved night and day. I lived night and day for you, O Lord. I saw God. I heard God. I smelled God. I tasted God. I lived God. I died God. God, 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 God. You should go to God saying that. But there's no scope or no specific technique given in the mainstream of the Islamic or the Christian religion, whereby you could use a tool on your own to bring ease and order in your daily life and also reach the God within and the universal God. Such a technique is called Yoga. We have specialized that into Kundalini Kriya Yoga. Is that right? Aye? So there you have the self-esteem, your own effort. Even though the Guru helps you, he makes you struggle along the path. Unless you have a specific scientific technique to approach God, which is embellished and ingrained with devotion, life is not worth living. What is more, it's so boring life. The same old faces, the same old people, the same old money, the same old joy, the same old sorrow. But God is shocking and new from moment to moment. Let's get into that eternal bliss, which is ever new and wondrous, and the birthright of all souls who have come upon this earth. Next question.